The movie starts with a man named Benjamin Talbot in a jungle. He seems scared to his wits out until a wolf attacks him and kills him. After that, we see a girl named Gwen who is the fiancée of Benjamin. She goes to his fiancé's brother to whom she asks for help to find her fiancé because he has not been home for weeks now. He refuses her because he mentions that he already has a contract with a company that he cannot abandon. Lawrence is an actor in an acting company, and after facing the refusal for help, Gwen goes away from here. She writes a letter to Lawrence once again asking for help, and this time he agrees because his show is gonna be shooted in England as well. After coming home, he goes to meet his father, whose name is John Talbot. He tells him that his brother's body was found near the church and it was not in a very good condition to be looked at. Lawrence was away from his home from a very young age and he came back to his home after years. Lawrence goes to take a look at his brother's body, but he trembles after seeing it. It was in a very bad condition as his body was torn in by some beast. He gets very sad because of what happened, and at night, he goes to a local bar. People are already discussing the tragic death of Benjamin. Someone is saying that a bear did it and some are saying that a ghost did it. A man among them tells them that neither of what they think did it was the one. He tells them that a similar incident like this happened 25 years ago. He says that he saw when it was done and also tells them that it was a wolf. After listening to that man, everyone starts laughing at what he was saying. Lawrence is listening to him, and after that, he goes home where he tells his father that after looking at Benjamin's body, he can say that it wasn't the work of a man. His father also believes that it was the work of some wild animal. After that, he goes back to Gwen and says sorry to him for what he did. He gives some things of Benjamin to Gwen. We can show a flashback of Lawrence's life where his mother had committed suicide and she dies in the arms of his father. The next morning, Gwen is leaving when Lawrence promises her that he will find whoever killed his brother and make him pay. After her departure, his father advised him not to go out as that was full moon night and he should stay home for today. He doesn't listen to what his father advises him and he is desperate to find his brother's killer, so he goes out. He goes out to a small town where he starts to ask for his brother's killer and meets a woman. He gives a locket to that woman because he found that locket near his brother's dead body. Just then we see that people from the town arrive there as they believe that people were getting murdered when the small native town came there. They are being accused because they had a bear with them as well. They want to take away the bear as they think that the bear was the killer of poor Benjamin as well. After a while, a wolf comes there and attacks one of them. Everyone gets scared and runs for their lives. Everyone saves their lives, but that wolf kills a lot of people still. He is about to kill a boy when Lawrence comes there and saves the kid. The wolf attacks Lawrence and bites him on his neck. The wolf is about to kill him when people from the town come there and save him from the wolf. The lady that he gave locks to is sewing his cuts when everyone is telling her not to do that. They think that he will become a beast as well and many more people will suffer. The lady refuses to kill him and sends Lawrence to his home. When Lawrence wakes up, the doctor gets confused and shocked because his wounds were healed without any sort of proper medication. An inspector also comes there who wants to investigate the case of Benjamin Talbot. He claims to be a very good and talented investigator, but after listening to Lawrence's history, he starts to dislike Lawrence. He leaves because he has no evidence against him. On the other hand, he meets Gwen where he realizes that his heartbeat has been fastened, and along with that, he can see and hear things that a normal person cannot do so. The doctor comes there with some other people in order to capture him. They also believe that Lawrence may be infected and he might become a beast wolf too. His father comes there and saves his life. He doesn't let the doctor take away his son. Lawrence takes a look at his wounds and sees that they have been completely healed. He now starts to suspect himself. He sends Gwen back to London for her protection, and on the other hand, some people are setting a trap for the wolf. The day is once again the full moon night and everyone in the town knows that the wolf always comes out on the same night. Everyone prepares themselves in their own ways to fight the wolf. They also make bullets of silver in order to fight the wolf, and in the same scene we see that John is going somewhere in the dark. He goes after them, his father, and he goes to his mother's grave. Her grave is in an abandoned place where he also sees a chair where people could be tortured. He sees candles everywhere when his father tells him that he truly loved his wife. They talk to each other for some time and John takes him out of the room where he locks him up. He tells him that people are gonna suspect him straight away. Before he could understand anything, some changes in his body started to happen, and it seems that because of the bite of the wolf that he had before. He has started to turn into a wolf. After turning into a wolf, he runs through the forest and suddenly falls into a hole. It was the same trap that some people were making before. People come there assuming that they caught the predator that was killing people, but Lawrence jumps out of the hole in the form of a human wolf. He kills every single one of them and tears their bodies apart. When the inspector who was investigating the case of Lawrence comes there, sees that the wolf has killed every single one of them. He gets scared to his nose after seeing those torn bodies of those people. In the next scene, we see that Lawrence is sleeping under a tree with a normal face, and he doesn't have that wolf body anymore. His clothes are covered with blood, and when the inspector sees him like this, he captures him at once and beats the shot out of them. He locks him up in an asylum in London too, and luckily it's the same asylum that he remained in for a year when he was young. A doctor there experiments on him multiple times, and it feels more like he is torturing him. A lot of days pass away like that, and his health issues start to pop up. One day, his father John comes to him and tells him the story of his life. He tells him that he went to India 25 years back. He tells him that the people of India told him about the cave in the mountains where a weird creature used to live. This created curiosity in his mind, and now he had to meet that creature. His father finds the person who was a wild young boy. He was suffering from a disease. It's a disease in which anyone is converted into a wolf, or that person converts into a wolf because of the full moon. He also tells him that the kid attacked his father and he was bitten on the arm by him. He came back from there and everything was normal until he found out somehow that he was actually infected by that disease. Lawrence realizes that his mother and brother were also killed by his own father. He asks his father why he didn't kill himself, and upon that he is told that John tried his best to kill himself until he realized the greatness of the power he possessed. He tells him that his servant also helped him with a disease which couldn't be cured. He actually was locked in the room by his servant every full moon night so that he couldn't kill anyone innocent. When Gwen came into Benjamin's life, he always said that he would leave his home and go somewhere else. He believed that his son would leave him. He drank a lot of alcohol that night with his servant. His servant fainted on the floor, and they didn't know that the night was a full moon. He tells him that the locker's door remained open that night, because of which he killed his own son by mistake. Lawrence gets angry after this and tries to hit his father, but he is tied to the chains like a dog. He leaves a razor near him and tells him that he can kill himself if he doesn't want to survive. His father also tells him that today was the night of the full moon. He is afterward tied to a chair, after which he is taken to a room full of people staring at him. The doctor explains that Lawrence has a doubt that he may turn into a wolf at full moon night. The doctor tells them that they will be locked up in the room and remove the doubt from Lawrence's mind. Everyone seems to agree with the doctor because he is the head of the asylum. When the full moon comes, he starts to turn into a wolf, and everyone gets scared after seeing that with their own eyes. People start to run here and there when Lawrence frees himself and kills the doctor firsthand. He goes outside in the open air, and people also break the door of the room they were locked in. He kills a lot of people after that, and the inspector also comes, obviously. The inspector tries to kill him with his gun but fails to do so. The very next day he can be seen lying under a bridge, where his clothes are once again full of blood and dirt. He goes to Gwen to ask for her help and tells her the whole truth about his father and himself. He also tells her that her husband was killed by his own father, which he couldn't control. Here they spend a lot of time together when they start to attract each other and make themselves comfortable for each other. The inspector follows him and comes there as well, and this is why Lawrence hides and leaves for his village named the Black Moor. The inspector receives the information that Lawrence has gone to his village and he follows him too. The inspector gives his fellows bullets of silver because any wolf could be killed by those bullets. On the other hand, we see that Gwen has also left for the village, and in the journey, she makes a stop where she meets the same lady that saved Lawrence's life before too. She asks for help from the lady, even though the lady would not survive a slap from a man. She tells her that she cannot help him as the disease doesn't have even a single cure. She tells her that either she can free him or she can make Lawrence hers. On the other hand, we see that Lawrence has also arrived at his house as well. He sees the dead bodies of the head counselor and servant of his father, which scares everything out of him. He goes and takes the silver bullets from the things of his father's servant. To which afterward he faces John Talbot, his father. He shoots the gun at his father's face, but it's empty, and John tells him that he removed the silver powder from the bullets a few years back. They start to fight each other, and when the full moon comes, both of them are converted into wolves and they obviously fight each other. They have a furious fight in which the whole house starts to burn. Lawrence throws his father in the fire and beheads him as well. John doesn't survive and ends up being killed by his own son. The inspector and Gwen also come there. After seeing them, Lawrence attacks them and the inspector fires a bullet in order to kill him, but eventually, he is again stopped by Gwen. He bites the inspector and seeing the opportunity, Gwen takes the gun and runs away. Lawrence in his wolf form runs after her, and in the forest, he grabs her to kill her. He is about to kill her when she tries to make him remember her. He remembers her and settles down. She reaches for the gun because she knows that he is dangerous for everyone, and after seeing this, Lawrence is about to kill her when she shoots him. Lawrence turns back to his original self and says thank you to her for relieving him from the misery. The police and other people also arrive there, and we see that the Talbot Hall is being burnt down. The movie ends with the howl of a wolf who may be the inspector that was bitten by Lawrence, suggesting that the inspector might turn into a wolf himself. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more such movie recaps. Press the bell icon and become a part of the cool squad.